Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome. My name is Captain GX, and I'm here to take you on a roller coaster ride through Icewind Dale. I have the in-game chat running. That's just come up. Let me just go and fix that. So that's in radio stuff over here. Don't worry about what you can see there, guys. You can't see anything. Keep them busy, guys.
So we killed Aki, and then we're going to invade Aki tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Basically, yeah.
So who's going over tomorrow?
I'm expecting Madness and Mrs. Madness, X-Man, DJ the Doc UK, Blacklight, Mrs. Blacklight.
So is there
Helix,
no X-Man show tomorrow?
He's going to do it from my house.
Okay, cool.
As is Madness.
As
Okay.
is Madness.
So you
So
guys...
you're going to be a sandwich in the meeting and Aki.
You're
shared
literally going to be a sandwich.
I mean,
yeah.
did you want to run the whole night? I don't mind giving them the show if you guys want to do something.
We need to eat at some point.
Yeah, you can eat and listen to
I
me in
think
the
there's
chat.
too many DJs. Yeah, there's plenty of people to.
It's up to you guys. Let me know. I mean, I'm happy to hand it over.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I haven't discussed it with the guys yet to decide to find out exactly what the fuck's going on.
I've been playing around in mixing, so I could just mix for a bit if you guys want to eat and chat, and then chat with me. Talk. You'll come online the show for a little bit. It could all be good fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool
I'll,
beans. Sounds good. So that's by the way, we're broadcasting.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Too Many DJs. Aki, tell us all about it.
So basically, tomorrow I'm going to be invaded, and Saturday I'm going to be invaded by every man and his dog who can make it. And the idea is that we're going to christen the studio and just put a lot of decks together.
Is that Christian the studio like proper Christian style as well? You're gonna wet its head and is the bishop coming over?
I'm taking a bed.
Yes, no, we're not doing it that kind of christening, Gaz.
Oh, are you sure?
So there's options.
So you've got X-Man,
the
the
idea
Doc.
is that we're going to do some back-to-back stuff. You won't be able to sync between controls and stuff. So I think we're just going to do some general fuckery between each other. So it should be good fun.
X-Man the Doc with partners and things. So X-Man the Doc, Helix is Helix going to be there? Gaz,
Blacklight, Gaz.
bloody hell, crazy times, man. And I would have been there. Unfortunately, it's the busiest period of my year. And I don't get time off in November, unfortunately. I actually had time off in November because my wife was in hospital. But other than that, I don't get time off in November.
If you're having time off in November, that's a very good reason to have time off.
So unfortunately, I won't be there. But I'll be there in spirit. And if you let me have a little bit of the time in the middle, I'll come on and do a mix for you guys, and we'll have a chat
and have some spirits.
And I'll have some drink. Yeah, I mean, I can come on for a couple of hours and stuff. If you want to take a bit of my show, I'm sure we can work something out.
Absolutely, we
can. Yeah, I'll plan a show, and I like being the meat in your sandwich. You know what I mean? It's basically a Madness and X-Men sandwich, but it's an extra Madness and X-Men sandwich because we've got some added flavour of Helix and Aki in there.
It's going to be
I'm just going to get squeezed and pounded on by all of you. It's going to be amazing. When I say pounded, I mean your drum beats.
Yeah.
Should we do some DJs and Dragons?
Shall we?
Best before we get kicked off Twitch. Yeah.
That's the sound of the bed are rocking. You know what I mean? If the DJs are rocking, don't come a knocking. Right. So,
I have no word.
Gaz, we have a competition.
Yes, we do. So same as normal. If we get a natural 20, it's a crit winning channel. If we get a natural 1, it's a crit failing channel. I'll put the prompt, you respond to the bot. You get entries at the end of the show. We roll for each roll. Yeah, roll for each roll. You get whoever wins gets a ticket at the end of whenever we get to $100 / when we've got enough money in the pot from rigs. We'll draw it and somebody will get a voucher or something like that. Or if we do it at the party, we get another round of drinks at the bar.
Sounds good. Okay. Yes. So welcome. Hi Trace. How's it going? Let's get this show officially on the road, I suppose, because time is money, as I like to say. So let's go. I just rejoined as a player. Okay. That just threw me a little bit. Having arrived in Bryn Shander, here to the north, we suddenly find ourselves indispensable to the locals. It seems like they have not had an adventurer or two up here for a long time. It would seem that many groups are vying for us to find some missing ingots. Firstly, the blacksmith. She was a little bit of a sexy lady who was trying to get my attention, I can tell you. Then the locals in Tarum Outpost said that they wanted us to find the same ingots and give them to them, and the reward for that was, well, I mean, A, they wouldn't kill us, and B, they'd kind of let us be their friend. Finally, the dwarves who lost the ingots and lost a friend of theirs to a yeti also wanted us to head over there and get that missing hoard. All of us offering a reward. All of us, I feel, trying to find some kind of loyalty from us. As well as that, Koppenaka, the local Morning Lord, one of the local Morning Lord disciples, praise the Morning Lord, asked us to find his missing friend, fellow traveler like myself, fellow follower of the traveler. We seem to have lost our friend JD, who needed our help on a mission, has now gone missing. It's maybe concerning, but he does go missing a lot, so maybe not a need for concern yet, but something to maybe be looking into in the future. And of course, the reason we're here in this godforsaken place, to find Hal Homan in the Lonely Wood for Glam, and hope he's able to provide the cure we seek. I personally also want to find out why it's so damn cold up here all the time. The traveler guided me here, I feel, to help remove this place from the control of Auril, and for that we need allies, which is why we must work towards these goals. We also invented a new drink, a wine that can feed you in a glass for a day. That should win over some locals in their hearts and minds, and maybe make a little money on the side. I went a little bit over for the first time in ages. Right, what's happening, DM?
Right, so first of all, let me just move you across a little bit. Boo, 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 boo. Right, so first of all, you guys need to make a decision. So, you've talked with the Zentarum, you've talked with you've talked with the blacksmiths, you've talked with the dwarves, you've spoken to Koppenaka. You've got some decisions to make.
So, from what I remember at the end of the last session, we took a long rest after gambling. And whilst we took our long rest, we decided, didn't we? I thought we decided that we were gonna take it because of the traveler, etc., and it may give us some kind of guidance. And it's also someone who knew more about the Morning Lord, etc. And it was the shortest distance, we were gonna head down to the cabin to find that on our horses. Although there was the draw to go to face the Yeti in order because we would get rewarded with a sled. I don't think we have a sled, do we? We didn't get the sled. I think that the Zentarum said we could have a sled when we come back with the ingots. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct. Okay, so now...
What do you think, guys?
I'm a win.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
can't
with the
remember,
sled.
so yeah, let's go.
I think the reason we were going to go to the cabin was that guy's actually disappeared. So, like, we feel we can pick up the trail of the ingots whenever, but the guy that's disappeared has been missing for a while, and we were slightly concerned for his livelihood, so we thought we'd head there to investigate that. And it's the closest. I thought we could get it in a session.
Well, you could probably get there and back again in a day if you hurried.
Yeah, so we could kind of get there and get back, and then see if we can find JD before we head out to the mine. Because the mine, I feel, although we will come back maybe from the Yeti as well, we may go from there to Lonely Wood. Because if you can see on Twitch, or if you've got the map up, you'll see that where we are, where the X is, to come back to here is kind of then onto Tremaine, onto the X, and then maybe through Tremaine for a night before we got to the Lonely Wood. Yeah, that seemed to make sense to me. So we wouldn't come back necessarily straight from the sled anyway. We would. That's right. The sled was there, wasn't it? It wasn't a reward. It was that the sled is actually at the thing. So I still think it's better to do the close trip and then head up, and then go Lonely Wood and then come back. Otherwise, we're constantly going backwards and forwards, and it takes days around here to do anything. It's like the show. Anything takes days.
Yep.
So as we agree that in character, in our hotel overnight, then wake up in the morning fresh, get some pastries.
Right, then I'll just give you a little reminder. So, obviously you were told by Copperknocker that his friend Markridis, right? He's a devout follower of Lathander, right? That's kind of why there is a temple to Lathander in Bryn Shander, which obviously now has been usurped by a different Morning Lord deity. But he left, right? He left over 6 months ago, and he went to the cabin in the woods to do a thing. Now you didn't hear much about what he was doing, but you did ask a few questions, and you asked the magic shop vendor, and I think he told you that about 6 months ago, Macredus was asking about a magical item called a Mythaliar.
A Mythalar, yeah?
Yeah, Mythalar.
Netherese from the Spell Plague.
And he'd purchased from the magic shop vendor a book about Netherese artifacts. So those were your two clues going into this, other than the fact that
I also have Spell Plague
months
written
ago.
down.
Yeah, Netherese is pre-spell plague stuff.
Right. I
Spell
also
Plague
wrote in the
praise-
same notes, city down in a glacier, Reghead Glacier or something. Or is that a different note for a different quest?
Well, I'd say that's more a rumor, right? Many people come to Icewind Dale seeking Netherese artifacts, and there is
That's what it
stories of a Netherese city. Because again, there were many cities. To become an archmage, a Netherese archmage, was to float a city into the air.
Okay.
So there are many cities that fell during that time, and tales are that there is one somewhere in Icewind Dale, perhaps in the Redhead Glacier.
By the way, have you seen that my dice there, Aki? The only dice I rolled today is a 1. I rolled it. I'm also wearing... So the first dice roll, I'm wearing my 1.
Dear.
But I think that's got them out of the way. I think it's 20s all the way.
This is a good thing, yeah.
I
agree. This is fully a good
I was
thing.
playing that game that we all play, Baldur's Gate 3, the other day, with the amazing voice packs, which we'll talk about tomorrow. And I should have done the link to it tonight, but I think everyone that's tuned in now tuned in on Friday, so there's no point. But yes, I had an advantage roll and rolled 2 1s. Which I think I did at the last D&D session, didn't I, as well? It seems to be a
As
thing that's
DM,
following
yes,
me
yes.
around. Hey, on Sunday, I rolled 2 1s as well. It's like, advantage, roll 2 1s. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? Okay, let's go, DM. How are we doing this?
Right. Well, are you heading out, or are you doing anything before you leave 10 Towns?
So we gave the guy his bottle of wine, and I've written here that we've got 4 bottles left. So I know we had 7, so I think we gave 1 to the Centarum, we gave 1 to the guy in the shop, and did we drink 1? I'm not
I don't
sure.
think you drank one. I think you gave 1 to Centarum, definitely gave 1 to the guy at the granary. Because again, there's not a lot of food floating around at the moment.
Yeah, that was it. 1 Zentarum, 1 Granary, and 1 the homeless guy that was in the bottom of the gambling den.
There we go. And I knew
Well,
I've
not
written
homeless
4.
guy,
So
but-
we have 4 bottles. Oh no, the Arakoa.
Yeah.
We gave him
something
1,
like
didn't we? That was it.
Yeah.
So we have 4 bottles left. So we've got our own carried drink and food, as well as that we've got some food as well, some bits and bobs. We're supplied up. Are we gonna take Brian with us for A, backup, B, but until we get the sled, even without it, I think if we take Brian, and then I can either phantom steed so that you don't have to waste your animal shapes as a travelling horse, that probably makes the most sense. What do you think?
So what are there? 3 of us.
At the moment, yeah. So like,
So if Aki rides the owlbear,
Me and you
Phantom
can ride the
Steed,
Phantom
and
Steed.
and I yeah.
and if you need to, you can always switch to an animal.
Yeah,
Or
makes
beans.
sense.
So that's what we'll do, DM. I'll spend 15 minutes conjuring up a horse, and then we'll make our way. How far away is the place that we think by looking at the map with our knowledge of the maps of the area?
Right. Now, I actually can tell you Right. How far each place is on foot? So let's say Taragos is roughly the same distance. That is 2 hours. Sorry, it's 2 hours by sled, 4 hours on foot.
So we're on horse. That would still be 2 hours.
Yeah. So 2 hours there, 2 hours back. You've got about 4 hours of daylight. So
Yeah.
about right.
Okay, well, it depends how long we do stuff there for, but yeah.
About,
We
yeah,
don't mind doing a little bit at night. We've got a bit of light with us and stuff. So we'll head there literally probably, half an hour before the light. So get an early hit in the slight as the sun rises, catch as much daylight as possible. Do we need to do rolls for weather and encounters?
Yeah, someone roll me a d8.
I'm going to use my divination dice. Oh, no, wait, that's you. Aki, would you like to roll because you with the screen so we can see if my screen thing's
I
working?
can roll a d8.
You've never done this, have you?
And I need...
Does it feel wrong to not actually have a die?
So that's a 4 on the
feels
d8.
weird. I rolled a 4.
Okay,
Gaz,
interesting.
you see what I've got there with that live bit of that screen? You need that for as part of our camera things, for my thing, so I can see your rolls on Sunday. Just waiting for
I
his
have.
rolls. Oh, okay. Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
in there.
we
That's
need-
right. It is, yes. But it's only on Twitch. I can't see it without watching Twitch, so I have to wait for the delay of Twitch.
And I need
Yes.
our other two compatriots to roll 2 d20s.
Each or a d20 each?
One d20 each.
That's a 9 from... Oh, you can see that? Yeah, it's 9 from me.
And a 5.
Oh, my God. We're working 9 till 5.
Really?
Okay,
I am a bard. I have to sing at every opportunity.
right. So, by the sounds of things... Yep,
You're
So
all
what's
going
down-
to die down here. Or up here.
pretty much. But it sounds like as you are preparing to leave, there is a full-blown blizzard.
Fucking storm.
You can still go. You can still go, but it's a little trickier to make progress in a blizzard.
We have to go. We can't just sit around for days on end and then wait in time.
No, and I mean, if the guy is lost, probably could do with helping.
We might find him fucking lost.
Yeah.
So we'll head out on steed, owlbear. What we'll do, just for safety, is we will, if the owlbear will allow us, we will try to attach. Maybe Aki can do his animal handling thing. We'll try to attach like a rope. Maybe we'll attach it to Aki, but we'll definitely try and attach a rope between the caravan itself. So between from a rope from me or my from this phantom steed is what I'm looking for. A rope from the phantom steed to the owlbear.
So you want me to lead, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so first, give me an animal handling check. Can you get a rope around this owlbear?
Come on, Aki.
Yes.
Nice. You are like the animal.
my
You are the
owlbear.
owlbear whisperer. You know what
I am
I mean?
the owlbear whisperer.
You only
I
have
don't
a
know
plus
how, but I
2
am.
and you still smash it every time. I was about to inspire you because, I can because I get them back on a short rest, but you didn't need it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Keep it player.
Guidance.
Guidance. Oh my goodness. I'm so used to just coming up at the bottom of the screen. Do you want to help? DM, you have to do that every time now. Do you want to help?
It is so useful. Right. Okay, so you've attached the rope. You're a horse, I'm imagining. We got a Glam race on top, and you're heading out into a blizzard.
Yes.
Right, so what are you using to light the way? Are you just going into pure darkness?
If it is pure darkness, I will pop up my cantrip, Dancing Lights, which will float around us in I think it can be a 30-foot circle. So we'll be able to have like 30-foot 4 torches that appear as lanterns or glowing orbs. You can also combine them into one, but I don't want to. You can move the light 60 feet to a new spot. So basically they'll be within 20 foot of me at all times, just circling us.
Yeah. Okay, so it's good you chose about that sort of range, because that is just about the edge of where you can see them. Right, everything past that is just a whiteout.
Yeah.
You're literally seeing rocks, trees, whatever, just coming in front of you as you're basically walking over it. Incredibly perilous. So, can someone roll me a survival check?
Oh God.
I'm
My
looking.
survival is
Oh, I could do.
Yeah, go on
+2.
then. Let's let the druid roll survival. He seems like he's a
Yeah.
The
he's
druid
a
is leading- the
survivor.
druid is
And by
leading
the
way,
way,
right?
if I see that it's treacherous and we're letting you do it, I am just gonna start as we're on that. I'm like, you're a survivor. You're gonna get us through it. I really like you. You're a survivor.
I'm not going to tell you what the DC is, but roll well, my friend.
So you've got a +8, I think, on that.
So I'm 10 plus 8, which is 18. And then do we think I need inspiration?
I mean, just
as
for
well?
the fact that he said "roll well, my friend," I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, so what do you say?
I won't tell
Yours is
you
up to
until
now?
you failed. so,
So-
are you rolling inspiration or are you
Bardic
seeing whether that's
inspiration
enough?
is a D8.
Right, okay. Add that as well then. That's a 6. So
Is
that was on top of the 8.
now a free?
It
That's
is, but that's
24.
after I read it. It's fine.
Yeah. 24. Unsurprisingly,
You fail.
being a druid in the mountains, you can feel the rock around you. It all seems to tell a story, and you've kind of got this sense of magnetic north. And you manage to successfully keep going in the direction that you're aiming for the first hour. Now, for the second hour, to make the second half of the trip, you do unfortunately need to take another wisdom.
You
another
could have
survival
just
check.
got us there to do some stuff, man. We need to get through some of this stuff, but let's go. I will burn another inspiration. Yeah, let's do it.
He's clearly planned this as an encounter halfway through, hasn't he?
Just to clarify with that though, can you guidance yourself?
I believe so.
You should definitely do that. I think
Yeah, I
rather
should
than
definitely do
because
that.
I want to keep 3 because like the inspirations are quite useful, and I
Yeah.
think I believe in you.
Okay.
With a plus
let's see
8.
what we get then.
With a dice of a D4. Oh yeah.
Not too bad. 18 plus 8 plus 3. I don't know what that is, but quite a lot.
Like 29 without
Right.
inspiration.
There are
mental.
plenty of fun things that can happen when you're wandering through a blizzard.
I think that's the first time we've avoided one of them.
But with the 29, none of them surprisingly happened to you.
He's like, motherfucker, I've only got one other thing planned for this session. I needed them to roll shit.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to you getting to this place because
So am
it's
I.
fun. Right. So yeah, like a bloodhound, you manage to do a beeline. You don't even veer off course this entire time, right? You're just confidently just sitting there like, no, Aki, that way. No, that way. Watch out, there's a hole.
No.
Right, and you successfully manage to make it to the woods, to the location of the cabin.
Let's have a fanfare. You heard how bad this storm is.
It's drowning out the band.
I turned the storm effects right up. I might have gone a bit crazy with it.
So, the cabin itself is inside of the woods. It's not a cabin that Macredus made himself. It's more of a survival sort of cabin, the kind that you find in the mountains and the wilderness that many people might use on their travels. Right, so it's old, it's ancient. Now, as you come into the woods, right, the blizzard is still going on overhead, but the woods kind of act as a windbreak and kind of clear the way a little bit so you can see a bit more about where you're going and what's around you. So as you approach this cabin, what you see is perched on the edge of a snowy ridge, above a gorge, you see a black lodge on wooden stilts. So again, it's very snowy here. So these cabins, they're on wood stilts, so the snowbanks don't overtake the buildings. Now, whatever path might have led to the ramshackle retreat lies buried now under the snow. Icy steps climb to a snow-covered walkway that clings to the south side of the structure. The building's slumped posture and sagging snow-covered roof, coupled with the broken windows and loose flapping shutters, suggest utter abandonment. Large snowdrifts huddle around the rotting stilts and engulf a nearby woodshed and outhouse. Only the wind visits this sinister place. And with that, let's move maps. Now, hopefully, the dynamic lighting should be working.
You should do what I do and take it off of the trees and stuff, because those little blocks look crap.
I could, or you could just move a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like the way it just. The one thing I don't like is when it does that. That's why I've started doing that now. I just go into, just remove it from those things. Keep it around the buildings, but lose it off of a bush. A little one off a bush.
That's not actually a tree. That's a wooden outhouse.
Ah.
Right. So.
Just a block of light that points up in the sky. It's weird. Woo.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's tripping the fuck out. Whoa, yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Anyway, unless you just keep this character down to the south now, because again, stuff and things. So you're coming at this from the south. You can see the cabin in front of you. You can see kind of the edge of the walkway there. And I'll just put a nice little thing down so you can see this. That's kind of how you walk up. You can see it's about 20 foot up from where you're currently sitting. You can see, like I say, it's a woodshed to your right. You can see stacks of wood logs there piled up, and like I say, a closed outhouse in front of you. So
the whole place looks abandoned and decrepit. Yeah.
It does. And again, we've got dynamic lighting here because even though it's still daytime, it is still dim light. So, what are you guys doing?
Probably a good thing to do would be to spend, if we just sort of like get everyone calmed down, get Aki to tie up the owlbear and secure him to the wooden shed. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay, so what is the radius of Detect Magic so I can set it on you?
The radius of Detect Magic is 30 feet from myself at all times.
Right, so you're going to spend 10 minutes doing that. That's going to kill a little bit of time. And
he's securing up the owlbear. I don't know if Gaz wants to do anything in that 10 minutes.
That's what I was just thinking. What can I do?
I like that.
Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah, I was going to say. Annoyingly, you can't see other people's auras. I can do weird things as ritual spells.
Oh, I
can meld into stone. I'm not sure that's useful in this case.
You could try.
Just because, while you're muttering about detect magic, I'm going to ritually cast speak with animals on myself. So
just in case we come up against any. Nice.
Just in case we come up against an animal.
Okay, good thinking.
I think I'm just going to roll my blindfold down.
Right, okay, so you have disadvantage on perception, but extra attack.
A disadvantage on perception that relies on vision.
Vision
checks.
Yeah. Your smell, your hearing, that's all fine.
So we'll leave Aki to be in the middle.
So you can smell the outhouse.
Are you actually tying up the owlbear or just leaving him to his own devices?
Good question.
Stay here, Brian.
Is why I have to look up the intelligence of an owlbear again.
Yeah, so it's good if you don't do it, because if you leave him there, we can always summon him, potentially.
Right. Owlbear intelligence. He's not very intelligent at all.
Yeah, but he knows
he's
his
about as
master.
intelligent as a dog. So the question to you is, how well do you think he's trained?
Thanks, Lord
To
Whiskey.
be fair, he hasn't had a bad roll from me, has he?
Okay.
That sounded dirty.
Roll animal handling for staying put.
Animal handling check. Here we go. Piss.
With guidance. Roll a d4.
Oh, do you reckon that'll
Just
work?
assume that's on every roll.
Let's roll a d4, shall we? With a 4, so
11.
we've got yeah.
Okay, so you basically walk up to Brian and you're just explaining it. Brian, stay. And the owlbear kind of gives you a bit of a look, and it just starts wandering around the general area and sniffing at things.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's running off. Doesn't seem like it's sitting still either. So he's just wandering around, sniffing at the back of this outhouse at the moment.
Fine.
I'm gonna say, Glam Reyes, you did you want to take the lead, or should I lead from the front?
So if we're counting the 10 minutes as up, before we go in, and I'm going to turn to Brian and go, we're just going to go inside. We'll come back out shortly. You just wait around here.
Brian's going to look at you, and he's going to say, "Stinky dwarf meat." Stinky dwarf meat. Brian does what Brian wants. Brian likes dragon. Brian smell. He's just sniffing at the back. He's just doing his own thing. But yeah, you're dwarf meat to him.
Okay.
You're waiting to happen.
Sounds entirely reasonable.
Okay, so are you moving forward a little bit there, Captain Jax?
I was stepping forward and asking if without mattering if he's got a better perception than me.
Well, he does, but you also, in your radius, do not detect anything magical other than the obvious on your person.
Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of move forward with Aki behind us. We'll move forward with Gaz slightly ahead of me, and me just guiding Aki, who's proper daredeviling it right now with no vision, but totally aware of his surroundings because he's a monk.
Okay, so no one's interested in the outhouse or the wood thing.
Well, that's where I assumed Gaz was going first. I was going to kind of point him in the direction of the wood to our right.
Well, I mean, it's an obvious outhouse. Not everyone wants to look in the shitter.
Oh, outhouse as in shitter, not as in shed.
Clapper.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we'll check it out anyway.
It's not the sort of place that has indoor plumbing.
Glam Reyes, if you're leading, you should definitely check out the outhouse. Because you know what they say, when you're looking for someone, you've got to check every outhouse, dog house, tent house.
I mean, we have been travelling for a couple of hours. I could do with. So, yeah, I'll... It's really dark in here.
I'll tell you what, I'll remove the lighting from that one. Well, actually, I'll just remove the door for you.
It might be worth checking to see if everything's frozen up or not, because it will give us an indication if people are actually using it.
Yeah, so here's your blurb. So, it's a wood. It's a
I love
wooden
how you got
outhouse.
some text about the outhouse.
We've got text about everything. So it's a wooden outhouse, half buried in snow. As you clear the snow away from the door and open it up, obviously you can see a hole and everything. Someone's dug down into there. There's no smell at all coming from it. Whatever was down there is frozen now. There's no such thing as soft toilet paper in the, well, probably in the Swordwind Coast, but certainly not in Icewind Dale. But what you do see is a stack of discarded notes and blueprints, which appear from the ripping on it. Looks like they may have been used as some kind of makeshift toilet paper.
Okay. Do they look like useful notes, or are they just literally somebody's run?
Roll me Arcana.
Arcana, okay. Yeah, I'm not the person to do Arcana, but I will check if speak with animals is concentration. It is not. I'll guide myself. Ooh, that's not bad. 17.
By the way,
My Arcana is plus
why
0.
Speak with animals isn't concentration. Speak with plants. Like, speak with dead. Speak with animals. Speak with plants. You can speak with plants and speak with dead and talk to furniture. It works. Right. So, it looks like most of these blueprints, most of these, scribbles, they seem to be the things that were considered worthless. What little you can glean, it seems to be diagrams of some sort of device, but you can't really get. You're not a magical sort of wizard person. You can't really get an idea from these anyway, what they relate to.
I think somebody has been trying to figure something out about some device. I think this is their discards. I don't think there's anything particularly useful here, but
Well, actually,
we might be on the right track.
You rolled sorry, it was Arcana, wasn't it?
Yes, which is plus 0.
Okay. That thing that I got you queue up earlier, right? You find a charcoal picture that looks a little bit like that. Maybe without the people fighting. But kind of like a glowing sphere of energy.
That one's got no people.
Yeah, that. So you see diagrams looking a little bit like that.
Okay. Well, one of the diagrams that looks a bit like that, I'll
So if I'm there, which I imagine I'm following him, did you close the door behind you to drop
I was
a
going to
doof?
say, so what I'm going to do is hand him that and say, here, have a look at this, see whether you've got anything, then I'll close the door.
Oh my god. So I will take a look at it, see if I understand or know what it is.
Okay, give me an Arcana check. What did you roll there, Glamress? That was 19, was it?
17. 15 plus 2.
I'd be like, I know you're busy in there, but could you maybe lend me some of your guidance, the way that you do things, to help me with the...
Guidance is a touch spell, and he is in the prison.
I don't want him touching me. That's fine.
No, I'll have touched him as I gave him the...
I rolled
paper.
pants.
Yeah.
Even with a 4, I wouldn't get above your roll. So.
You're not going to glean much more knowledge from these, because again, they're rip diagrams, they're notes. Nothing here was...
Nothing I would understand. That it kind of reminds... I recognize that thing, but there's nothing really there for me. When you're done in
I saw
there...
it in a movie once.
I'm just going to wander over to this wood stack whilst you're... maybe you need some bark. Do you need some bark in there to wipe off or something?
No, I've got some more of these diagrams, it's fine.
Then I'll walk over and I'll investigate the wood stack.
Yeah, you
Without you protecting me. It's just wood, yeah?
Just wood. Piled up. It looks a little damp, but you reckon with a bit of effort you could get it to burn.
Okay, so wander around that, there's nothing. So as he then joins us again, I'll be like, yeah, that's wood. We could burn it if we need fire, but I imagine we could burn the house. So, but let's check out the house.
I'll create a little bonfire here.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I knew he was going to do that. There you go.
We don't need wood. Where we're going, we don't need wood. We have our own bonfires.
So there's a little bonfire now going on top of the snow. Now, what you can see in front of you, as I said, Captain Jax, you can see a walkway going up. There's no obvious entrance in front of you. That's just a wall of a cabin. You can kind of see off into the distance. Not really the edge of the cabin, but from where you are, you can definitely see the wall, definitely see around 30 feet around you.
So yeah, we'll move up. Let's move up over here. Let Gasly. So move over to this side.
Okay, so if you just want to, if I just grab your token for a minute and you follow me. So as you run around the cabin, you do see a couple of smashed windows, just like there. But you don't see any doors as you walk around. Eventually you come to the north of the cabin and a perilous looking cliff. And as you kind of sidle around, you're very low at this point because it's about 20 foot higher than you. You kind of just, you can't see any obvious doors around here. Just windows and a cabin on stilts.
So
because the windows are 20 feet up in the air, you can't really see in as you walk around.
There's nothing round the back. So, well, they were with me at that time, so we all looked. Okay, well, there's a circle round. Let's go inside.
But as I say, some of the windows do appear to be smashed. If you were to try and climb up, that would maybe be an alternative way in.
Two things, Glamour. If we're gonna go, by the way, this looks quite desolate. Maybe we should try and do this quietly.
Do we sneak in?
Let's sneak in, and maybe someone should check around as we're working, make sure that, because if someone was using the guy's notes as toilet paper, I don't think that's the sort of thing the guy that made the notes would do, but maybe someone that came here and like bandits that have maybe taken over, and they'd be like, what are these things? These are notes. I'm gonna wipe my ass with them. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we should be quiet and check the traps.
I figured they were the ones that he'd done with, decided that wasn't the right area, and went on to some other research.
I mean, I'm hoping that's the case,
knows?
but you never know.
But I agree. A little bit of
stealth and searching.
Cautiousness.
Okay. So give me a group stealth check.
And then the owlbear jumps in.
That's my first roll. So with advantage, which I get for some reason, it's 25 from me.
I'll guidance myself.
Toxeros is a 20.
Even with
Right.
guidance. Oh, you can't see that very well because it's not very reflective, but 4 plus 3 plus 1, 8.
Thank God that was a group stealth and we got 2 over 20.
Okay, so, Jax starts quietly as a mouse, walking up this staircase. Toxeros following him, and as soon as Glamreus takes a step, the second step there, crack, as his foot just goes straight through one of these slats.
Shh. Oh, that was a big breakfast we had this morning.
So as we're walking, I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled in front of us, spend a little bit extra time walking just to keep my eye open for any kind of traps or anything.
As I'm leading Gaz, can I feel the way and give him almost like an advantage on stealth roll, and just guide him on the way up?
I think we've got to take what we take there.
But
Okay.
I mean, it's a group success-ish. It depends if he's individuals, but we're fairly quiet. So can I check as we go, just to look
Right,
out
so
for
you-
anything suspect?
So in front of you, you see two things. The walkway continues to the north, and you see a door immediately to your right. You can also just about make out a door to the left, right in front of you and left a bit, but there appears to be a slight gap in the stairway, about 4 feet.
Oh,
nothing
4
big,
feet. Okay, yeah.
but a little gap itself where it's fallen away. You're also on the edge of your range of detecting, just to the north, kind of about, and I'll ping it for you, kind of about here-ish. You're getting a vague sense that there's something magical over there.
So I'll relay that to everyone. I'll be like, I'm not getting anything to our right from my magic detection, but something to the north. That could be someone wearing something, or it could be something that's been left. I say we keep proceeding cautiously and move forward. By the way, watch out. There's a 4-foot gap there in case you didn't see it.
Now, as you're moving forward, there is a window before that door, if you were looking to try and look into that room.
I would definitely, as we're going, I'm looking for traps, looking for anything that I can see, perceiving. I would certainly look in the window to the right.
Okay, so roll me perception, real quick. Do you have dark vision? It's not particularly dark. It's kind of twilightish at the moment, and there's no light in that room.
I don't think it matters. I rolled a 3, so 6 in total.
You're essentially night blind as you walk past.
Yeah, so I just
Maybe if you went in there, you might have a better idea what's in. But from peering through, the only thing you can really make out is there is a window on the other side and darkness in between.
Over this thing,
Right, there's a broken slat, but just ignore that.
and I'm gonna skip past the door and summon Gaz to the other side of the door and say, "Can you see anything in there? It's quite dark in here, and I don't have dark vision."
What, looking through the window?
Oh, I mean, you can look through the door or the window. The door's right in front of you, so.
But is the door open?
The door is not open, but
Oh, if you wanted to glance, if you want to look through the window, then yeah.
I'll look through the window then as I go.
give me some perception.
Okay.
Don't forget
And
to guide
this
yourself.
is. I was going to say this is sight-based, I assume.
It is sight-based. Do you have
Excellent.
dark vision as well?
I do have dark vision.
Oh, it's getting all the bonuses today.
Yeah. Dual 17s, plus 3, plus 8, so 28.
Jesus Christ!
That'll do.
You can tell when someone's meted their character a little bit. Right.
I just maxed out wisdom.
So, what you can see is what appears to be a workshop. Right. The window on the other side appears to be broken, and well, not broken. It's got a baseball-sized hole in the side of it. Right. The cold air has seemed to have got in, a bit of moisture, and everything inside this room is covered by a fine layer of frost. As you look around, you can see what appears to be tinkerer's tools on the table. As someone may have been tinkering with something, and smith's tools on the side. You know, the kind of hammers and things if you're trying to create tools to use. As you look, you suddenly see something dart across the table. Give me another perception check.
You rolled a fucking 28. Come on.
Since this is instantaneous, I probably can't guide myself. So.
Well, let's say a survival check.
Oh, in which case I don't roll 2. I'll roll again. So survival, okay.
Yeah.
That's between 2. And that's a nat 20.
Woo!
Plus 8.
You successfully see that in the bookshelf to the north, a squirrel jump onto the windowsill and run outside.
Squirrel.
After a minute or so, he runs back in and with a nut in mouth and jumps back into the nest, where you kind of see a little family of squirrels huddling away, surviving in this cabin. So definitely no one has been in there for a little while.
I was going to say, there's a little family of squirrels in there. I'm guessing they probably won't be in there if someone's in there, so probably reasonably...
Why don't you go and ask them?
That's a good point. Has it been less than 10 minutes? Yeah, if it's been less than 10 minutes, I'll carefully
Does it only
open the
last
door.
10 minutes? You have to ritual cast it for 10 minutes and it only lasts 10 minutes.
Pretty sure
You're
that's
too
what he
used to
said.
Baldur's Gate with it lasting until long rest.
I know.
Speak with animals, duration 10 minutes, yeah.
It's not been 10 minutes yet. You've walked north and up a...
Yeah, it's only been like a couple of minutes.
upstairs.
It depends how long...
Depends how long you drop to do for.
But anyway, yes, right. I'll
Roll me a
carefully...
D4 for that. Did you have a girl poo?
1.
You did!
Yeah, little cheeky 1 minute.
Not
Little
one
cheeky
minute.
1 minute. Not like one of my epics where I can like play Marvel Snap for like 3 games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you just needed to go number 1, not a number 2. Yeah. Right, so you got about 7 minutes left on that spell. What are you doing?
Let's go talk
So,
some squirrels.
Yeah, carefully open the door.
I'm going to investigate the door.
Did you say you opened the door?
I already said that though. I already said I'm investigating everything, so I'm investigating everything.
Oh, I think he said he opened it first.
I already said
Right.
I'm checking everything on the way up the stairs. And
Yeah, so you grab for the handle, Glamorous, and Captain Jack suddenly says, Stop! Check for traps.
and that's investigation.
Yep.
Guidance.
So that's 21 plus a D4.
When he slapped my hand.
So that's 21, 24 in total.
It does not appear to be
I
trapped.
knew
and
it wouldn't.
it appears to be unlocked.
Okay, so it's unlocked. I will go, and I'll open it for him. After you, Glamorous.
So where is the door?
Tuxie, watch out for the big hole in the floor.
There we go.
There's a missing thing there. You don't fall down, because I know you're not. I know you're ready for combat. I mean, when you're a daredevil, you can probably sense that shit.
So again, the floor creaks.
Bring your token
ominously.
around, please, Aki.
So as
My
you
what?
walk in there,
Token
the
around.
floor creaks ominously. Because again, it's old. Some of the woods here are a bit rotten, but it seems to hold for now.
What's the storm like in this area?
There is still a storm going on. I did roll for how long it's lasting, and it is going on.
So it's still.
windy.
I can't put Tony up.
You could, but you couldn't clear the tree line. That's the only thing stopping this from being a pure blizzard right now.
So I could get him up on. I could do a little circuit just on the roof in a minute, but we'll check this room out first.
Yeah. So again, it creaks if you want to. You can add Smith's tools or Tinkerer's tools to your inventory. They are there. But as it creaks, this squirrel just pokes its head out, and only you hear this squirrel kind of hiss. Right. So Aki, well, Toxeros, Jax hear a hiss. You just hear a, go away, my babies, go away from my babies. I'll kill you.
It's all right. I'm a druid. I mean you no harm at all. We're purely here to just look around the cabin. How long has it been since anyone was here?
Okay. I want you to roll me a bit of persuasion there, because it's a bit hostile towards you. It is his nest.
Okay. Persuasion. Oh yeah, this isn't my strong suit. I was going to wonder whether I was going to guide myself. I'm definitely going to. 16
18.
plus 2 minus 1.
Oh.
17.
17. He's going to look at you. He's going to say, if I tells you, that tells you. Will you leave me alone? And close the door. It's cold.
Yes, I mean, yes, we will. We might just spend a quick 5 minutes having a look round, but yeah, we will definitely leave you alone. And I could probably give you a bit of food if you want some.
Yeah, he perks up a bit. Food? Yeah, food. I made this nest for me babies. They were born a moonrise ago. So we've been here for at least a moonrise. Because squirrels don't really have calendars.
Yeah. So a moonrise being a day, or a moonrise being 14 days, or
Well, let's go with a month, a moon cycle.
moon cycle, right?
I've nicked the Tinker's tools, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Aki's added Tinker's tools, so there are Smith's tools still floating around. Captain Jax, you can still detect that just one magical presence in that other room.
Yeah, we're gonna head there soon. If no one wants the Smith tools, I'll take them.
But yeah, he kind of hops out a little bit, as squirrels do, not trying to get too close, kind of going forward, backing up, like he wants something from you. But says, it's been a moon cycle since I've been here. I haven't seen no one. Food. Can I have that food? Food. My missus needs food.
Okay. How many babies are there?
You can see 3 juvenile squirrels kind of poking their head out.
Okay. In which case, I shall, since I swapped it back in last night, I shall cast Goodberry and give him. Yes, that gives me 10 berries. So I'll give him 4 berries, 1 for him and 1 for each of the babies.
Right. So as you do this, you cast Goodberry, right? And yeah, just pick up some of the berries, but leave 5 on your hand. With that, you look like a Disney princess as a flock of squirrels, just run across the room and jump up onto your hand and all grab and start eating.
Glam Reyes is a Disney princess. That's the title of the show. So you have to name it.
Yeah, so it's like, thank you, thank you, sir, thank you, delicious. And they just implore you, please close the door, it's cold. And they run back to their nest and kind of wrap the tails around themselves.
So yeah, if everyone's coming in, we'll close the door behind. Because to be honest, it is cold out there.
Yeah.
Is this a room? Is there any way out of this room, or is this just
there is no other doors in or out of this room.
We might close the door on the way out then.
Yeah, we'll close it on the way. Well, I didn't hear anything. He's just having that conversation. Whilst he's having that conversation, I'm just going to spend that 30 seconds to a minute with Aki. I'll say, Aki, if you could just give me some assistance, if you want to and then the 2 of us can maybe investigate the room.
Roll investigation. Cool.
Okay.
Actually, just going to stop you there and say, with the perception roll that we got earlier, Glam Reyes saw everything that there was to find.
There's nothing in it. It's just a desolate room with some squirrels. Yeah. So we'll walk around it.
Well, I just say that there are some scraps of paper and detritus.
Nice.
But the word is the bookshelf holds nothing of interest.
So then once he's finished this conversation and he's given the good berries, we'll head out. I'll let Gaz lead the way. I'll say, Tarksy, put it down. I think we're okay at the moment for combat, because he said, once he's related to us, I think the scrolls, but just be ready to pull it down, and let's keep our eyes peeled. Let's go in.
I will roll it back up.
Okay,
so
there's a window directly in front of you, Glam Reyes. Did you want to peer in, or to keep walking?
Yeah, I think we'll have a peer in before we go around, just in case. Even though the squirrels said there was nobody here, we'll still have a look.
Okay, give me some perception. Because at this point, you're not putting lights up, are you?
Not yet.
Not yet. No. 16 plus 1 plus 8, 25.
Yeah. That room just looks like daylight to you. Okay, so I'll give you the blurb then. As you look in, you see that this room contains. And I'll leave that one out because you're not in there yet. And I have to leave that one out because you're not in there yet.
If he glances in and sees it's clear, then we'll go in and you can read everything out.
No, yeah. So what he sees is snow has fallen through holes in the roof that have been and then been pushed into the corners. by stiff winds blowing through broken windows.
Excuse me, guys.
We'll say this window's broken. So let's start again. This room contains, as you stick your head in, the lingering smell of burnt wood and flesh. You also catch the faint odour of wine. Snow has fallen through holes in the roof and has been pushed to the corners by stiff wind blowing through these broken windows. The walls and furniture are scorched black, including a table with the charred remains of a book on it. Next to this table, on the floor amid several broken wine bottles, you can see sticking out from the other side of the table what looks like a mostly incinerated skeleton and a round, frost-covered object about 6 inches in diameter. And if you were to walk past it, Captain Jax, you might see a faint glow coming off of that object with your detect magic up.
Okay, we'll see that in a sec. So we can smell wine. Just to clarify as well, Gaz, not Glamrez. That means there's wine spilled. Not for this character. Not everything smells of wine. In the other campaign, he has a tiara that makes everything smell and taste like wine. So he can eat shit and it'd taste like wine.
Oh, and for your benefit, people with detect magic up, it's a weak residual aura of transmutation magic surrounding it.
So I would see that glow, and I would say, is it clear in there, Glamrez? Should we move toward the door?
I mean, it looks clear. It doesn't look like good things have happened in here.
Okay, so the door is there over a 4-foot gap.
So
4 foot's not that big. It's about 1 meter.
Yeah, so we'll gingerly walk. I will check the whole.
Now, are you taking the lead again because you've stepped in front of Glamrez?
I was going to step here, so I would say Glamrez in the front, me in the middle. But as he gets to there, I'll say, let me just, and I will just look around it and make sure the boards look secure and there's no traps or anything at this point. Just checking for security, etc. Just investigating the way forward, make sure it looks safe to travel forwards.
Okay, so because you're on the other side of this gap at this point, you can only really perceive for your investigation. So roll me perception and we'll see how they look.
Okay. It was more about just checking them with my feet to make sure when he steps forward it doesn't break, but that's cool.
Well, it's 1 meter across, so I think you kind of have to step onto it.
15.
Yeah, so you can see that this gap in front of you is where rotten timbers have fallen away. And even after that, you can see another gap where another rotten timber has fallen away. Mm-hmm. None of this looks particularly safe.
So I say you might want to...
How far up are we?
You are 20 foot up above the snow.
Okay.
You can see that this cabin is on the edge of a cliffside.
I was going to say, is this thing a cliff?
And you can't see the bottom of the cliff.
Okay. Oxy's muted.
So again,
you've
because
muted
it's a
yourself.
blizzard.
Yeah, if you're going in, that's fine, but I'll tie a rope round you just in case I need to haul you back out in if you slip.
Yeah, so if Gaz goes first, we'll just tie a rope onto him and let him get across.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll try and hop over then.
Okay.
You can see we've been playing this a while now. We're like this is just to get into a room, tying on ropes, checking for traps.
Right, so it's only 1 meter, that gap. You can do it easily. You don't need to make an athletics check or anything like that. You land on the other side, and you hear the wooden slats creaking. And this is when you have to tell your DM, how much does your character weigh?
Where description, isn't it? 163 pounds.
Right. If a character
Plus
weighing
quite a bit of inventory, but yeah.
If a character weighing more than 150 pounds steps onto this, the walkway collapses. Give me a dexterity saving throw as all of this starts to collapse down. And by the way, this is a dexterity saving throw to not fall over the cliff.
But we've a rope attached to him.
But
We'll resolve that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Where does he fall, and then are you strong enough to stop him falling over the cliff?
I'm assuming since this just happens, I probably can't guidance it.
No, you need preparation for that.
Yeah. 12 plus 1, so 13. Not the best. chest, but it's above halfway.
Yeah. You were kind of expecting this to happen, right? So you were a little bit prepared. And as it collapses, you manage to try and grab this rope for Toxie, but ultimately you fall about 20 feet. Toxeros, how long is your rope?
50.
50 feet. Right, so again, there's snow beneath him. It's about 20 feet. Are you going to try and stop him falling the full 20 feet or let him land in the snowbank?
No, I'll automatically take the strain.
Okay, give me a strength saving throw. Oh, no, it's not a strength saving throw, an athletics check.
Obviously, we're both holding it, so is that with advantage?
No, only Toxie declared that, so just Toxie
Oh, okay.
athletics.
Well, obviously, we'd both be holding the rope.
What is it, a strength saving
That's
throw
okay.
or an
It's
athletic check? Oh my fucking god.
You try and stop him falling, and you fall over the edge with him.
You're in with him!
Now, you need to give me a dexterity saving throw, because you've not just got downwards motion, but you've got horizontal motion.
Lateral.
So, are we doing a bowler sort of movement? So, dex save. Yep, you're certainly not pulling him off the cliff with you.
So the two of them just fall and thud into
Both
the bank.
fall into the snowbank. Right, now, Toxeros, you have an ability for falling, don't you?
Slow fall, yeah.
Yep, so you don't take any damage. But you fall... Glamreus falls 20 foot down into a snowbank, so it's not very hard, but you take 1 bludgeoning damage. Because it was cushioned. And again, you fall...
Rod of retribution against the snow.
I told
The snow
you...
bursts into flames.
I
and you lose
told
a charge
you
of
to be careful about the thing. So now can we get... Is the whole walkway gone?
Right, so I'm going to put you there, and get that out. Where's my... Yeah, so that whole walkway is collapsed.
So there's no way in the door now.
No, but there are windows.
Can I get in the nearest window to me?
Yeah, it's... If you want to smash it, you can get fully into it.
So I'll put my... I'll protect my hand and with my gloves that I've got, and I will just clear the glass.
For your friends to come back before you do this?
I'm assuming that they're going to start coming round, and once they get within sight, back on the thing behind me, I will then start to clear it out. So if they work round, as soon as they kind of hit here, then I'll start to smash the glass and clear it out, and then once they reach me, I will climb through.
Right, so I'm just going to find a random token for you.
See, I was hoping... I realised it was going to be bad. My intention was to jump over. If I'd have survived, I was going to cast Mending on it so that it was nice and strong for everyone else.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm obviously too fat.
You're too fat.
Little dwarf.
Too fat.
Right, so I've put a little teddy bear down just to show you where the dead body is. And
Okay,
let's kill
so
that
are we
tag.
in, are we?
So you've jumped in first, so if you want to jump in. Right. And is there anything else you can see? Give me a second. Yeah, so it's pretty much as it describes. You can see what looks like a living area. You can see charred room. You know, everything's charred. You can see a charred body. You can see for you, glowing orb, and a book that seems mostly destroyed on the table itself.
So I'm going to say, what do we think happened here? I mean, do we think this is Macretus and his work killed him, or someone came and killed him? I mean, does someone want to check the body? And I will check out this... this orb down here is magical.
Right, now...
Can we tell where the blast centered?
Now,
Is
you
it a
can.
blast or
You
just a
can.
general fire?
It seems to have emanated from the center of the table.
Is that where the orb is, or is that...
So where the book is?
Where the book is.
Okay.
So the book led to the fire. We think.
Jax, what sort of magic is here?
Well, no, what you kind of see is next to the book, like a perfect circle of unburnt wood, and it all emanates out from there.
Okay. Is the circle the same size as the weird transmutation object? Yeah.
Just one second. It's roughly the same size.
Let's maybe not touch that straight away.
So as I was heading over, he'll say that. I'll be like, so we think maybe this orb caused the fire. but maybe in conjunction with the book. So let's investigate. Does someone have a look at the body?
Right, now, as you're doing all of this, make sure, where are you standing?
Well, at the moment, I came in and stood where I am. I came in and stood there. These guys came in. So I would say, from where I am, the first thing I would do now is ask Gaz once he comes in to have a with because I know his eagle eyes. I would say, what does it look like in here? I mean, you does everything look okay? I mean, and we would just between us maybe investigate and perceive the room carefully.
How are you investigating, or is it just perception?
I think Gaz was going to perceive, and then once he's perceived, I would then move forward. Let's do a perception. Let's do a perception first.
Yeah, I was going to say, first of all, I'll look around and make sure, because obviously if things have exploded, make sure the floor isn't
looking for weak spots on the floor /
given that I've just fallen through a floor twice already.
Okay, so how are you checking for weak spots on the floor?
Well, I'm just going to look and see whether it looks like there's areas that have burnt through. Obviously, as I start to walk, that might be a different thing, but at the moment, just looking to see if there's obviously any...
At which point, I'm going to say, is it best if I go first?
It may well be, but I'm still going to look first, just to see
aren't
whether
you
there's
quite... I mean, it seemed that it was his weight that kind of put... I mean, he's a big guy, but small, and you're a big guy. I would imagine that I'm potentially the smallest among us.
I'm a very live monk.
I was going to say, but he's monk. He's got monk powers.
That's true. I mean, also, you could become a very small creature and just wander around if you wanted to.
I could. For the moment, I'm fine. I'll...
Okay, so
I'm just going to look around, make sure
just
there's nothing.
A representation of where the book is, where the body is, where the glowing orb is. Well, not glowing, but an orb with some sort of...
Excuse me, guys. So he's going to look for weak spots first.
Right, so back to this. How are you investigating?
He just said that. He's going to look.
He's going to look. Okay, roll perception.
Right.
And then once he's looked, I will then probably feel my way to the table, prodding the ground in front of me, and let Aki wander around the other way.
Not as good. 11 plus 1 plus 8, so...
20.
Dirty 20.
To be honest, the floor looks black and charred, all of it. As you walk around the room, well, from where you are, you haven't moved yet, it all seems to creak and it all seems to be really quite dubious and rotten through.
Okay. In which case, as I walk anywhere, I'm going to cast Mending on the floor in front of me to just strengthen it.
Nice.
Okay. Well, definitely the floor is creaking under your weight, under Topsy Russell, Captain Jack. Not half as much.
I'm just going to tiptoe around and make sure I'm very careful where I step.
Okay, so where are you heading first of all? I mean, what is anyone doing right now?
My intention is to take one step towards the table because I want to look what condition the book's in. And similar, if it looks like it's about to fall apart if I touch it, I will cast Mending. I realise that doesn't restore any words on the pages, but it should make it structurally sound so we can handle it.
So you take a step forward, right? Just rolling random dice for no reason. Okay, so you see the charred remnants of a book. As you start to cast Mending on it, not much of the book remains, but bits of ash start to come up from the table and form a section of the book's spine, and you can kind of make out the words "ether." Roll me an intelligence check or history check.
Yeah. I shall guide myself on that. And yeah, I still don't know a lot of history. Whatever that is, 11 plus 0, so...
No, there maybe isn't enough left of that book for you to discern what that originally said.
So what do we get, though?
The book is completely burnt out. But some of the spine, right, about an inch of the spine has been reconstructed by his mending spell. Mm-hmm. And it has the word ether.
E-T-H-E-R?
You'd pronounce it either. E-T-H-E-R, yeah.
Okay. So looking at that, if he's looking at the book, I would
Well, there's a body and there's a
very cautiously
item.
moving in this direction, kind of testing the ground first, so I'm not stepping fully into a section without stepping onto it. So I would test it.
The floor creaks ominously beneath you.
Yeah.
But nothing happens.
And then I would look at the orb. So the orb is giving off a transmutation magic.
Yeah, so let me see if I can really give you a picture of this.
Does it look like the diagram we saw earlier?
Are there roof beams intact here?
Sorry, just one sec, 'cause I think I've got it for you.
Oh, you mean is the roof about to fall down on us?
There you go. If you look in Roll20, there's what it looks like. So it looks like a piece of charcoal, which is encased in 2 rings. The concentric rings appear to have runes carved in on them.
Oh, it's pretty.
Do I recognise it?
Roll me Arcana.
I'll be like, Glamrius.
I bet Toxin recognises it. It's
Glamrius.
like, that's coal!
I'm looking down at this thing here, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm sure it's something. Could you guide me in this, please?
Okay, so this will be fun. I'm going to follow the same path that he walked to get next to him, so I can touch him and give him guidance.
And I said 19 plus.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw as the floor starts to give way beneath.
23.
I'm just gonna unhide something for a second. There we go.
In this point, bear in mind I'm holding my rope that we've just used. Can I chuck it in his direction?
I mean, it's still attached to him, I would have
Let's
thought.
check his dexterity saving throw first.
Okay.
11. Oh, sorry, I'd got the coal up. 11.
Right, so what's happening here? Here we go. No. No. So as you step onto that, the floor beneath you just gives way, and a Glamreus-shaped hole disappears into the darkness.
Levitate.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you need line of sight for levitate?
I mean, as soon as he started to go and cast it, you might want me to roll initiative with him or something. But I would say as soon as I see that floor going, so obviously when a floor goes, it's like crack, 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 and then he starts to go. The moment I see that, I'll be like, I don't know, I'll read the spell now. I was going to do something else as well, I wish I had now. I was going to give him a floating disc to move around on. Tensor's floating disc. Where the fuck is levitate? Is it level 2?
It's on your Bandalore.
What level is it though? It'll still be in my spells. I'm just not seeing it.
I'm sure it's on your Bandalore.
Me too. Very far entangle. Protection from good evil. Speak of animals. Levitate. It was a higher level than I thought. Let me just close that out of the way. One creature, one action to cast it for 10 minutes. Concentrate. Oh, I just lost detect magic.
To be fair, it's probably been about 10 minutes anyway.
I think that, and I'll say creature of your choice that you can see. So it's whether I can see him before he goes outside.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll roll initiative on this because we've done this 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And we had to do the math when Sarge fell down a tower. 6 seconds is actually about it's like 60 feet because every second you go 10 meters, then 20 meters, then 30 meters. It adds up fast.
So as the floor creaks, I look around. Does he fall before I can save him? So let's roll initiative. I rolled shit. I rolled really well. I rolled a 24.
Ooh. Can I actually? Yeah, I don't think I can actually beat that because my initiative's only +1. So.
Right, I'm just going to roll initiative now.
Right.
Initiative, boom.
7. I'm hoping this is a good thing that you've got higher initiative than me.
19.
So as I hear the creak, he starts to drop. I turn around and try and levitate him.
Okay, so you cast levitate. It takes a few seconds for you to actually do this, and Glamreus falls down into the darkness. Right now, Glamreus, as you're falling into the blackness, Right, again, you can see the cliff around, you can see the trees rushing towards you. But before you get quite to the bottom, you seem to stop in midair. About about 30 feet above the tree line.
I was going to say, if... Well, obviously, my initiative's lower, so his thing happens first. If that hadn't have happened, by the time it got to mine, I would have wild-shaped into something that could fly.
Oh, you can do that now!
Which the only card I happen to have is a giant owl. But before that happens, I start falling, so fine.
So I can then move him if I want. So if I see that he's there, can I see him down there?
He's about 60 feet away, so in these conditions, you can't see him.
So I'm going to lower the lights, because then, before I do that, I would know my spells. Not that as a real person I don't. But I was like, Glamrus, are you okay down there? Did I catch you in time?
Yeah,
no,
I'm
notice
fine.
how he stopped saying he was going to do that because he knows their concentration.
I just looked across, but my caster would know that. So it's, as a caster, I would know that. So I would be. Are you okay down there? Let me help. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Glamrus! Oh my god, I think he's dead.
So that's okay.
Now, there's a blizzard going on, but you are close enough that he can still hear you. If you were shouting up.
Okay, so levitate can't move me.
Levitate, you can move up and down, but not left and right.
You can change the target's altitude.
That's
by
are
20
you
feet
down?
either
Just all you
direction,
gotta
so-
say. Are you
yeah.
down there, Glamrus?
Yes, I did. I replied.
So
I said,
will.
yes, I'm fine. down here.
I missed it. I was crying. So I will raise him up. I can move him 60 feet. I can move him up to 60 feet. So I'll just move him back up to 60 feet.
So he's back
I'll
up.
go-
He's through the hole.
I'll
That
come up,
entire
I can
area
fly.
looks nice.
Oh wait, I could have flown.
Well, next time. So I will. Again, I will move out. The way. He has levitate on him now for the next. I believe, 1 minute. No, that's dancing
so you-
lights.
So you can't move left
Levitation.
or right. You can move up and down. You need to physically push him to move him away from the hole.
no. So what I'll do, since I'm near the table, I shall grab hold of the table and just sort of float myself around
You just
using
sit,
the table.
You can just sit up. You just hover over the table.
The DM says, "Did you just say you grab hold of the table?" The entire cabin starts. No. Okay, so you grab onto the table and start moving yourself around. Okay, so move yourself to where you want to be.
And to,
Um,
clarify,
Are you where you want to be? Toxeros.
you're muted. He's eating. Give him a minute. So to clarify, what happened on my roll of 24 to investigate the orb?
Right, so Toxeros, just move yourself to where you want to be.
And
Yeah,
was that
sorry,
with
I
guidance?
trouble,
Because that was my
I'll
whole
bring
point of
that.
coming round, was to give you guidance on you.
I'm going to walk
Okay.
over to here.
So, like I say, the magical item, you know it's magical now, looks like a 6-inch diameter gyroscope featuring two scorched rings inlaid with runes and a dense chunk of coal that looks like that thing that Toxic used to carry around in his pocket at its core. Whatever it was, it looks like it's lost its luster, and you know it has a residual, if a little weak, aura of transmutation magic surrounding it.
It looks like this was a one-shot, whatever it was. It looks like it's been used. Maybe he used this to burn out the book. Toxie, how's the body looking over there? Do you want to investigate, see if we can tell if that's Macretus?
Someone give me a history check, either Glamorous or Captain Jax.
I think that might be more a Jack's thing.
Well, you can both give me a check if you want.
5. I rolled shit. I have a plus
should be
3,
rolling
but I
physical
rolled
dice.
shit.
Go on then, I'll give it a go. But
You should guidance yourself on that.
I'm
he
going
wouldn't
to.
guidance because unless he's
Doesn't know. Okay, fine.
Oh yeah, of course.
4.
Nope. No help from the DM for either of you.
So we're looking at that. We think it's a thing that set the thing on fire. And I say, if Tuxeros, you want to check out that body, just see what it Can you figure out if that's Macretus? Anything on him? Maybe does he have like a necklace of Lythander or something?
Right, well,
Yep.
you can certainly investigate the body, and there are other rooms here. You can see that there appears to be 2 doors to the north, and a corridor leading off to potentially a 3rd and 4th room.
Okay. So first thing is I'll investigate the body.
Okay, how are you investigating it? It's a charred corpse. It's mostly ash and bone. How would you investigate a fireplace?
Well, with the body, I'm actually looking for anything which is not burned, i.e., something that can identify who or what it was.
Jewelry, like is there a necklace of Lythander or something on him?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So give me, if I can find that. Yeah. So give me an investigation check.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So as you sift through the ashes there, right? There's enough of the skeleton and person left that you without even needing that roll, you can tell it belonged to a male human, right? So you presume this is Macretus, but it doesn't have his name on it, so you're not sure. But it's a good guess. Now, little remains of his clothing, but as you sift through it, you see a hint of golden chain around the neck area of the body. What do you want to do?
Any identifying locket on it?
It does actually look like is he? Well, what are you doing? You can see a chain coming out of the ash.
I'm going to pick it up, aren't I?
Did you say you're going to pick it up?
Yep.
Okay. Without checking, without giving a absolute toss, you just grab that chain, pull it out.
Yeah.
Now, what you find,
The head falls off.
well, its head does fall off, but what you actually find is, what looks like a holy symbol of Lanfanta. So it looks like 2 hands there holding a sun, and it appears to be completely undamaged by the event here, which makes you think it might be magical in nature.
But then I'd have got a glow off
The
it.
DM probably should have mentioned that earlier. Yes, Redcon, you saw 2 things throughout all of
Yeah,
this.
so I was like, I believe that might be magical. We will check that out when we're cleared the room and the area. We'll see what that is. Put that in your pocket.
Yeah, but it definitely looks like a magical locket.
Oh, by the way,
on its chain.
I believe that's the Morning Lord's necklace. That means it's probably Macretus. Praise the Morning Lord.
So there's a nice picture for you of what it looks like.
Okay, so we should talk serious. I mean, whilst he's levitating, I'm gonna have you got that rope still, Toxie?
Yep. And I'll chuck it
I'm
over.
gonna attach that to my floating balloon that is a dwarf,
That's
and I'm gonna
what
drag
I
him
was- I
behind
was-
me.
That's exactly what I was hoping someone would do. Yeah.
So we have balloon, much like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, like a dwarf balloon. We'll be pulling him along down the corridor with Toxie leading the way in this direction.
So where are we going? There are
This way,
doors.
as a cameraman.
So you're just going straight to the bottom of the corridor, just ignoring the rooms above you, right?
Oh, these rooms? Okay, didn't realise that. So if I see doors, right. So if we see doors, we'd just check out the doors. I would check the first. I would say, yes, I didn't realise they were doors. I thought they were the windows from earlier. So I would check the doors.
If you check the left, I'll check the right.
Yeah, investigate, see if there's any kind of device
so
on it or
are
anything.
you checking the doors then?
Yeah, checking them, see if they're locked, see if they look any traps or anything.
Okay, investigation rolls. Check for traps.
You've got the drink and then get a roll.
I shall guidance Jax since I'm bobbing behind him.
It's good because I rolled shit, so I will take that.
I got 12.
I can't beat that, but I got 9.
So neither one of you seem to think there are any traps on these doors.
Okay, so
Excellent.
I would
Open
open my door. I'd let him open, but I'll say, do you want to go first or should I go first? You go first, I go first. What do you think?
Fine, I'll go in.
Yeah, off he goes.
Okay, so we'll do Toxeros's one first. Right, so that should be gone.
I can't see anything.
Cameraman coming in.
Let's put some lighting on you.
I was going to say, for some reason, Jax is the only one giving off light.
Well, 'cause
I'm also the cameraman, so I need to be in there, so it's fine.
Yeah.
let's put that fire on the fireplace. There we go. So, this room contains a fireplace and 2 empty bookshelves. Tacked
Is the
to wall-
fireplace firing?
No.
No,
but
he's
I've
just
got
put
one
that there for
for-
lighting.
Yeah.
Fine.
Tacked to the wall and strewn across the floor are frost-covered blueprints. Face down on the floor next to one of the blueprints is a teeny, tiny man made out of clay.
Okay.
So this looks kind of like a laboratory of sorts. So obviously you've seen a lot of diagrams and things floating around. You know, you can see those blueprints, those diagrams floating around here.
What you got in there, Toxie?
Diagrams apparently, and all sorts of blueprinty stuff. Can I have a look closely at the blueprints?
As he steps in, I would then leave my door for a second and then wander in this direction.
Yeah, so these look very wizardy, right? So, you know, you've got arcane symbols, you've got diagrams, you've got, you know, all those incantations and things. You're not really a magical person, but let's see if you know enough arcana to kind of get an idea of what's going on.
I would
here.
definitely look at them as well when I come in.
So we need
All
an
right.
arcana check.
Fucking 8. I'm rolling balls in. I'm going back to a dice, I think.
I got a 14.
Nice.
Right. So no one's doing anything else. Those are just the rolls that you're going with.
I mean, he's fucking glamorous. He's pulled behind me, so he would have probably given me a thing, but I can't get above 14 with a D4 anyway. Come on, Glam, keep up. Oh, he's not there.
Let's move it.
If you'd have said that we needed a bio, we could have fucking taken a 2-minute break.
Yeah, it's alright. As I was floating behind, yes, I would have tapped you with guidance.
Yeah, no fucking help now, is it? I've already fucking rolled shit. It's the other guy. I'm gonna bring you in between us. So I'm there. We're looking. So we're looking. So
Okay, so first of all, with those arcana checks, right? That teeny tiny man made of clay is just a statue of a clay man, apparently. There's certainly no magic coming off of it, although I think detect magic has certainly dropped now. So let's take that aura off Cat and Jax. Get that done quick.
that dropped when I
Yes.
did levitate. So at the moment, levitate's my concentration.
And there we go. Right, so yeah, it just looks like a statue. Are any of you proficient in arcana?
Yes,
Are you? Or are you sort of proficient?
I took the thing, the wizard thing, didn't it? So I'm pretty sure I am. I don't. How do you know?
Because
It's-
I don't ask these questions if I
half
don't know
circle.
the answer.
I have a half circle. I have
So-
half proficiency.
You know, my girlfriend would say, you know, I'm not an expert, but I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's what
most
you
of
are,
my
so-
job.
Right, so you're not proficient, but you know a little bit of something. So what I will tell you is you can roll a d20, and if you roll more than a 10, then you know enough to know what these are.
I rolled a 9.
No, they're too magical for you, unfortunately. They just look like wizards' nonsense.
I'm gonna pick up the clay statue anyway because I would know that it looks cool, and although I can't now that my magic spells run out, I would probably look at trying to identify it later. I imagine we would pick up the pages as well to try and take back with us. Maybe Copper Knocker would know more, or we could find someone. So I would say, and I was saying to the guy, I'd say if we could maybe gather, this could be important documents that may help with the investigation of the area. Maybe we can gather up as many as possible. And take them back with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
you have no idea what it says, but you can certainly see gyroscope designs that look kind of similar to the thing on the floor. But again, because none of you are proficient in Arcana, you have no clue how to read this.
Papers of a magical nature in bag of holding. Okay, so we've grabbed
Right.
and what's the statue of?
It's just described
Little man.
as a teeny tiny man made of clay. Well, a tiny man made of clay.
Okay, So we'll put all that into. I'll put that in my backpack.
Okay, so having completely fluffed this room, what else?
Yeah,
are you doing?
thanks, guys. Fuck's sake. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Me and my shit rolls, man. So then we'll head back out. Let's go and check my door because this room is shit. I mean, I still think that these papers are really important. I just feel that my magic's not with me today. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. And then we'll go. I'm just gonna go back out and take my anger out. I'm gonna kick in this door.
Right. The floor clap. No. So where are we on that? Yeah. So that scent of wine that you got earlier fills this room.
Toxie.
And you can see what appears to be 4 frost-covered barrels, which you can take an educated guess may contain wine.
Toxie, I got a present for you.
Woohoo! Wine.
Is anyone proficient with brewer's tools?
Yes.
Yes.
And he has some as well.
Toxie, as you come in there, right, you immediately clicks, right, you know where this wine is from, right? You are a connoisseur, you like the nicer things in life. It comes from a vineyard in the Deserin Valley, hundreds of miles to the south. The extreme cold seems to have frozen the wine, but yeah, it certainly seems like
This is such a wine campaign.
like a good imported, a good imported type of wine there.
Yes, can we get this wine in your... I mean, either in the bag of holding or we can get it into your special ring or space. I think Toxirus needs this wine in his life.
I will be taking what I can carry, obviously.
How much it weigh?
This is a barrel, so give me a second and I will tell you. But it's not going to be light.
Can we strap it to the owlbear?
The portable hole doesn't have a weight limit on it. It's got a size limit. So I'm assuming a barrel isn't wider than 6 feet, so it'll fit in the entry.
There we go. So we got it in the... we're going to slip it into the ring finger.
And
whenever you need wine now, he just needs to open up his ring, and you're good to go.
Well, it needs to defrost.
Right,
but...
so a barrel is 70 pounds.
So shove it in the portable hole, yeah?
Yep.
And it takes up 4 cubic feet, apparently. 40 gallons.
We've got 40 gallons of wine, Aki. We can get hammered later.
We'll go for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's frozen, but maybe when it defrosts.
We can defrost that, it's fine. We can take it to the mansion. Oh, wait, wrong campaign.
So you open up your portable hole, right, and you start to put... How many is this? Just 1 or 2? Or
how many have we got?
There are 4.
I don't see any reason they wouldn't fit in.
Yeah.
I think they would. I mean, you got rid of your giant anchor, was it? Your giant great axe that was in there.
Yeah, that went. So at the moment, I've got the brick of Chardlin, 3 dead trouts, apparently, and a miner's pick.
Okay.
And 4 kegs of wine.
So, as you start to put them in, you put 1 in, you put 2 in, you start putting the 3rd one in, and the first one just falls out of your little portable hole pocket dimension. And it strikes you as a little bit odd. Why did it fall out? And you put that 3rd one down, and you grab the first one again and put it in, and the 3rd one falls down.
Okay.
What are you doing?
You had a space in there, Glam, right? So is it a little bit full? I thought you could easily fit these in.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Captain Jax.
Sorry, what? What?
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Well, the good news is it's a +9. And that's a nat 20. Oh, no, it's not. It's a 2. Oh, that dice is so confusing. I don't like it. I'm changing it. It's still an 11.
Well, it's enough. A chunk of charred wood comes sailing towards your head, and you just manage to duck out in time. And it just clatters to the floor to the left of you.
Where did the chunk come from?
As you say that, another barrel falls out the portable hole.
Okay. Is there somebody in the hole that doesn't want wine? I can't actually remember. Can I look inside it? Oh yes, you can actually go inside it.
Toxeros, give me a dexterity saving throw.
So I'm looking around. Also, whilst he's doing that, I'm gonna be looking to see if we can see. I'm actually going to try to perceive to see if we can see anyone that looks like there's any movement in the room. If he's not going to look in the hole, I'm going to look around the rest of the room for invisible
Toxeros,
people.
You managed to dodge successfully. Do you want to use your ability to throw it back at wherever it came from?
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, why not? Let's catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my reaction says, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch a missile when you do it. Yeah. So when you do, it's reduced by 1d10 plus 12.
Okay, so it certainly missed you. So you have the option to throw it back. You can't see where it came from, really.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's burn a key point. Hold on. Burn a key point. Throw it back. There you go.
You throw it back exactly where it came from, pinpoint.
Yep.
And it just sails through the air until it hits the end of the wall on the other side of the cabin. It's a charred bit of wood. It's very light, right? It doesn't do any sort of damage. It kind of bricks off and turns into little bits of wood as it hits the other side. Now, what did you say you were doing, Captain Jax?
So I just wanted to look to see if I can see. Whilst just Gaz said that he was going to look in the hole, I'm going to look around the rest of the room to see if I can see any kind of movement, shadows, something that doesn't look right for maybe someone that's invisible or something.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Whilst he's doing his perception check, it feels like it might be a combat situation to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down my blind.
10.
Okay. So 10 is good enough. You see in the ground, right, where the floorboards are charred, ash starts moving and a line starts forming. And as you give it a few seconds, words start to form out of that. As it looks like someone has put their finger in it and written out, "Leave my wine alone, thieves."
On that note, we'll take a small break. I need to pee really badly. I've only got about half an hour left, but I really need to pee. So there we go.
Which is why I just went.
Yeah, leave my wine alone.
Wine
guys,
is the driving factor for this campaign.
yeah.
It really is.
If no one else is going for it, I'll let you guys keep talking. I'll leave it live, or does everyone want to go for a quick 2 minutes? 2 seconds.
I'm going to grab a drink.
Yeah, so I will throw trans up and mute. Guys, how about that? I'm back. So he said, "Leave my wine alone, thieves." Correct?
And I'm back too.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I thought he was a really polite ghost saying please, but apparently not. Thieves.
So
Obviously, the
if he
immediate
says,
response is, "Who are you?"
yeah, so as he says, "Who are you?" and I'm going to say along that lines, I'll be like, "If you're a ghost, you do not need the wine." And my friend loves wine. And if you're just like invisible or something, we mean no harm. We're here to help Macretus. If you're Macretus and you're dead, give us a sign.
Right. Not much seems to happen.
I'm then going to
Macretus,
write.
then.
So I'm going to write in the ash in the way he did. I'll write. Are you Macretus?
Roll me persuasion.
26.
26. I'm gonna break that character at some point. Curse him. Roll of everything reverses. It's all the natural ones. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, you get a little more writing in the ash, and it's just going to tell you to leave, thieves.
We're here to help. You
And take
spirit. Oh, spirit, we're here to help. We were just taking the wine because we're thirsty, but we're actually here to help. Give us a sign of who you are and what we can do to help you.
At this point, I need to point out that it's frozen wine, so he's not drinking it.
No, I think it's a ghost that's just possessive.
Yeah, they do
Ghosts
like
tend to be
things.
possessive.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to do much of anything.
Even with the 20,
So
come
you-
on.
So we can get away with putting two in the hole, can't we?
I think that's probably just as quick as he can take them out again.
Can we put two in and then seal it up?
That's what I was thinking.
We're not here to steal your wine, we're here to help. But if you are not willing to speak to
Engage.
us, oh spirit, then we're gonna take our fucking wine and go.
Right. So nothing happens, but you get the general sense that something disapproves of you taking the wine.
And we were happy to leave the wine if you just speak to us, oh spirit.
Did you have talk to dead? That's all he's saying.
I'm just looking. No, and that's why I wrote it
That's
in the
right.
thing. And then spoke. So obviously he's a ghost, doesn't speak. I do. And now, Glamreus, do you have any way of speaking with the undead of the world?
Not currently, no.
Isn't that just like you? You never bring the right fucking spells.
Unless he's an animal.
If he's an undead animal, how about that?
Really? Right, who's got an axe on him?
I have an axe that really blows
He's
up wood.
really fucks up wood.
I have the most anti-druid axe ever.
And always
So
you
what I can do is-
feel uneasy in forests.
So all I'd do is I'd roll one of the barrels down and I'd hold his axe above it and go, "Who are you?"
I think what he's saying is, I think the point is you need to be able to speak with undead to speak to undead. So it's not. This is more of a rules thing than a this guy's being a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he just wrote on the floor.
Let's force his hand.
No, so nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
we don't. Without speak to undead, he can't really understand us. He just gets the gist of what we're doing. So like, he's not attacking us, which is a plus. I don't have any speak with undead actually. I'm surprised. That's the next thing, guys.
Okay, so are you taking the wine barrels or are you leaving them in place?
I'll look at Toxeros and be like, did you
now.
really want to upset a spirit? I know you really want. Maybe you could be like, can we take one bottle? Maybe I'll write down one question mark in the ash.
Nothing is happening.
I think
I
maybe let's explore the rest of the place while there isn't a ghost attacking us, and then on the way out we could we could maybe.
Are you saying that
pop a
out
couple
loud?
quickly in the hole.
Attacking is kind of a.
Well, if
Attacking
he's
is a
not
general
responding
term,
to us, he's not listening. So
No, screw it. Just take him.
It's more like he's been throwing snowballs at you, the equivalent of that.
So Aki's gonna put one in. You putting one in, yeah? We'll take one. I put one question mark. He didn't respond. Let's take one, split the difference with him. We got a nice ball, a nice keg for you there, Toxie.
Okay, so you put one in the
We'll
portable
put
hole.
him one
and
in the
you
portable
close
hole,
that.
closing it up, putting it back on his finger, and then I'm gonna let Gaz lead the way in that direction. So I'm pointing with my head. I'll be like, that direction, over there.
all right, just putting me in my hole. Right, where? Well, I'm still on a piece of string at the moment.
Oh,
unless it's
I'll
been
lead the
more-
way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead the way, pulling him, and then we get to there.
I
I'm
mean, you
I'm
you
just
can
gonna,
push me, yeah.
I'm just gonna nudge him in this direction to see if he sees anything as he perceives the doors and the area around it. But I will then before he goes out the window. I will stop him in front of the second door. So basically, if you move yourself to the second door, I'll go to the other door. And if Aki, you come behind me, me and Aki will check the back door. This door here. Me and Aki are gonna check this door.
So one to the north.
Yeah, that's north. That's what I was looking for. Me and Aki will investigate the door to the north.
Yep.
Okay. You opening the door?
We're going to investigate the door.
I'm gonna roll investigation first.
I shall guidance
Two?
Jax
You see
because
nothing?
he's still on my piece of string.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Really
Wasn't
need
gonna
to
do much to
stop
that.
fucking checking me, but we got a 14 from Toxie.
I've got
So
14.
the pair of you don't seem to see anything with the door, much like the others. It's a wooden door.
Opening the
looks
door.
fairly basic.
And just
Um,
opening the door, and if nothing
as you-
happens,
as you
pushing
open the door-
Glam in there.
This is the north room as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as you open the door, as you open the door, you're hit in the face by a stiff wind that blows through this crack. It appears to be coming through a broken window in the east wall, which
To
is
clarify,
causing
I'm just been a cameraman. I haven't moved.
yeah, which is causing tattered grey curtains to just billow and flap like angry ghosts. Funny that. Snow covers the bed.
I think there's another angry ghost in here as well. It's making the curtains flutter.
Oh, spirits! If you are here, let yourself be known to me, Captain Jax.
I should just,
Nothing.
snowballs should just hit you in the face. So it's a snow-covered bed, and
I like to
snow
bonfire
covers
in
the
the
bed and
fireplace.
much of the surrounding floor. The room
I'd like to think
is-
you did that in the last room as well. Just every time we go in a room with the fireplace, bonfire in the fireplace.
The room is clearly unfit for habitation.
Okay, and a quick look around. Anything of
There's
anythingness?
a bed in here, Toxie. I don't think it meets your standards.
Roll investigation.
Can you give me that? Give me the usual. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I've got really good investigation, guys. I'm just rolling pants. That's
I've got an 11.
I'm gonna do better than that, definitely. But I rolled an 11.
Yeah. No, you
Nothing in
don't
there.
see anything of interest.
We are sucking at investigating this cabin. Okay.
Well, we found some wine. We found a thing.
So then we're gonna barrel back out, and me and Aki are gonna, when he's finished talking to which child? Or was it wife? Child.
Eldest child's talking about their job.
Hi, eldest child.
Eldest child has a job.
Eldest child
Crazy.
has a job. Right, hold on a minute. Would you like to say hello, eldest child?
Hello, eldest child.
Hi.
Hey, eldest
See you
child.
tomorrow, probably.
I won't because
Maybe.
my life hates me. That was life, not wife.
Right. Wife is
No,
there.
if your wife hated...
Hi.
I was going to say, if your wife hated you, you'd be there tomorrow, surely.
That's true. No, it's Aki's wife hates me. That's what it is.
Unfortunately, she seems to love you.
He does. I don't know why. We're gonna check.
Unfortunately, you don't know how these relationships work, do you, Gaz?
No.
I'm gonna check the door along with Aki. We're both gonna investigate again. It
As I
can't.
did put another picture up for you, by the way.
It can't keep
I
going.
was going to
terrible.
say, I did see that picture. I wasn't quite sure when I needed to use the picture.
The wine barrel of mimicry.
Well, we did have a really nice comment there in chat about the wine barrels being mimics, because they're always mimics.
There are always mimics, if Toxie wants them.
That one, although, that one was from our
That would be
Christmas
scary.
campaign, and no one managed to touch it. I was so upset. Right,
We've got
Right,
Christmas
so we
coming.
know what's going to
We're
happen
gonna
in the next...
investigate. Let's investigate the door to the south.
give me some rolls.
Me and Toxie, I think, on investigation.
Yeah, so who
yeah,
wants guidance
for
since
one
I'm floating
second.
in the middle this time?
I finally rolled good, guys. That said 20 plus the 1, the 4. 24 for my investigation this time.
Hey, 15.
No, the door just looks fine.
This whole cabin is just not trapped or anything. It's
doesn't
completely
It's
pointless.
it's a traveller's cabin. Okay, so as you open the door, you can see that wooden planks have been nailed over the broken windows in this room to hold out the wind and the weather. Furnishings include a saggy double bed, again not quite up to Toxros' standards, and a bookcase containing some folded clothes and a few blank sheets of parchment, and a set of calligrapher's supplies. Next to the bookcase is a soot-stained hearth, wherein a scroll lies amid the ashes.
Okay, so I won't put a bonfire there yet.
I shouldn't have said that, should I?
I will, if I see that and I see a scroll in the ashes that's probably been used, I will see if I can investigate the scroll.
And for that matter, will the calligrapher's tools help you with being able to transcribe things at a later date?
That's what I'll look at. And I've written them down. I'm hopefully going to use those calligrapher's tools to get advantage on another check on those papers. But for right now, I'll check out the scroll.
Right, see if I can find this. Oh my god, so many. Right. Actually, I won't link this to you because I need to ad hoc some of the words on it. Right, so you pull out this scroll, and it appears to be a letter written by Cobberknocker, the gnome that you saw in Lafander's, well, what a temple that used to be Lanfander's temple.
I know
the one who sent
Copperknocker.
him here.
Oh yeah, well, we like Copperknocker.
As you
He's
read
the one
it,
that gave us this quest.
yeah, you can see it says, Macredus. Well, let's do it in his voice. Macredus, I've had enough with this. Oh, you've had enough. Sorry, because I've got to change this on the fly. Macredus, I've had enough of this damned relentless cold. I feel that it creeps into my bone, my head, my heart. I think that you should head back to Ten Towns for a decent meal and a warm bed. I fear this endless winter has numbed your mind, and any tinkerer worth their chains can see that the summer's star is a fool's errand. Maybe without me here to incessantly complain to you, you'll finally snap out of it. Snap out of your obsessions. If you truly insist on dedicating the remaining days to your doomed projects, might I suggest that 3 is better than 2? I considered telling you before, but you were particularly rude that last dinner that we met. May the light of the morning Lord protect you. A Copperknocker.
So to summarise that with my notes, I've had enough of this damn relentless cold, creeps into your bones, head and heart. Head back to Ten Towns. This endless winter has numbed, I put numbed your mind. The summer star is a fool's errand, which I think is the key of that whole message. If you insist on keeping on with your doomed project, 3 is better than 2. Okay, would that mean anything to me?
Riddles for kids. Roll history.
I am
would anyone else like
terrified. Can I just say I'm terrified of what I'm
Oh,
As I read
nail
this, I'm going to turn around to Toxiros, who seems quite a learned gentleman, and I'll be like, "What do you think of this? Let's discuss this between us so we can both roll history checks on it." Oh, I'm terrified. I've wrote so shit today. And I'll be like, can we get some guidance over here, please? Thank you very much. That's not bad. That's not
if
bad.
you ask for it, then yeah.
That's not a great
Because if you're just thinking
guidance.
it in your head, I wouldn't.
15 plus 18 from me.
Okay. With history, you remember that coal thing had 2 concentric rings around it. Maybe that's what you meant. That because again, it looked like a magical explosion had happened. Maybe he meant it needed 3, not 2.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just go back a picture, Glamorous. They do have a lot of rings, don't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go back to the other one. So that's what appears in your head is, yeah, the other thing had 2 rings. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
And I'll share that with the group. But I think that, remember that ring in there had 2 rings? And everything's burned up in here. Maybe it should have had 3 rings. But then surely he would have read this note before he created it with 2. Maybe he was stubborn. Maybe he was already dead at that point. I don't know. I'd love to speak to this Macretus. I feel if only we could communicate. Now, Glamorous, did you say you had a way of communicating with the undead if you were to take a rest? Because maybe we could camp here for the night, and you could maybe communicate with his lost soul. I mean, I can communicate with spirits, by the way. To clarify, that's for all of you out there. If you're insight checking me, that's a 25. I can communicate with the spirits. I just feel this is a particularly stubborn spirit who is not listening to me. But if you were to speak with undead, then I feel that the magics would help seal that. I can talk to all spirits, animals, and trees, of course, because I am a master bardsmith.
Can I?
That's why I took the smithing tools, because I'm a bardsmith.
No, it doesn't look like I can. I
God
can
damn
speak
it.
to plants
It's like you don't
and
have
animals.
any magic anymore. I mean, you're almost undead.
It's
Look
like-
how grey you are. You just better talk to them, for fuck's sake.
Right, well, while you think about this, he thinks about his spells. Are you doing anything with the necklace?
I mean, if we're not taking a long rest here because there's no point, I would pick up. So the scroll was those. I will take the scroll. I will take the calligrapher's tools, put them in my bag, and then we'll have a look at them when we get back to civilization. Then I would probably take 10 minutes before heading back to identify said necklace.
Okay. So, after you identify that necklace, because you explored all the rooms at the moment, the only thing you've not really done is identify the magical object on the floor. Or
I was going to say, yeah.
I would
you should
probably go back
do
and
the
do
two
that as
together,
well. Yeah,
Well,
I would do the necklace and the gyroscope.
So the necklace is an amulet of health. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a wondrous item, a rare item, so you know it's good. And it does require attunement. But for the person that attunes to this, their constitution score becomes 19 while wearing the amulet. Any bonuses to your constitution that push it higher than 19, this amulet will have no effect. So it'll only bring it up to 19. You need your own bonuses to get above that.
Can you get above it though? 'Cause sometimes with these things, it sets it to 19. You can't go higher.
Yeah, that's what it does. So
Yeah.
unless you've got other things that stack past it, it's just got a limit of 19.
Yeah, so we won't reduce your health, but yeah.
It'll
yeah.
add whatever it needs to get to 19, and it won't add anything if you're at 19 or above.
Man, that's
So that could add a lot of hit points to
still
someone.
A, hit points, and B, constitution saving throws for my spells. But I mean, it's bound to tattoo, man. These tattoos are killing me. I really need
so
another tattoo because at the
Jack-
moment I want to just get them removed because I want a third slot, man.
For Captain Jax, it would add 3 times 8 levels. It would add 24 hit points to him. And I'm guessing a similar amount for most people.
I'm not as much because I'm already con 16, so it would
So add
actually
16
only.
for you.
I'll say it
it'd
to everyone.
only add
So
one level.
we would, we'll keep hold of it for now. Times are passing, so we'll grab hold of it and we'll discuss that probably at the end of the show.
Okay.
I got my tattoos, man, and my back. I'm trying to as well as my achievements. I would have to lose. I mean, a ring of protection is 2 to my AC, man. I
We're
can't.
passing 10 o'clock, so you can talk
Yeah.
about how you want to deal with that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So you got to look at all the rooms in the cabin. The cabin. You found some very interesting diagrams that seem somehow linked to this device, which you suspect might be called the Summer Star.
Yeah.
But you not being very wizardy, not being very proficient in Arcana, you're not quite sure what it says. So you haven't really been able to.
But we're going to try and use the notes, and we're going to spend some time with the calligrapher's tools to hopefully maybe do something with that, or get some expertise help. Along with that, now we know there's 3. We can look at that. So we've got the notes. I now want to identify the sphere. I imagine it's just the Summer Star.
Okay.
But
Just the summer
I'll
star.
identify it.
Right.
2/3 of a summer star.
Okay. Where is everyone actually? Are we all just chilling?
So
in that
at this
room
point,
except-
we would head back. I would imagine. So we've cleared this room.
We'll just move your
Head back
characters.
to the main room, and I'll say I was a bit weary of touching it, but I think it's burned itself out. I'm just gonna check on this, and then we can make our way back to civilization, and I will identify the star on the floor.
Ross, if you want to move yourself.
Yeah, so
Working
as
on
soon
it.
as we do this, we're gonna get attacked, and we're gonna end the session with like, and the flame elemental comes down, fucks you up, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So you pick up the summer. Well, you don't pick up. You touch it. I'm guessing.
I would have to, yeah.
Yeah. So you touch it and you start your incantation. Incantation, and it starts to glow like a gentle candle flame. You know, kind of like if you use the spell light, but not really as much.
And what do I discern from it with identify?
No, I was just saying, you're happy enough that it started glowing and you want to keep identifying it.
So I touch it and it starts to get light,
Yeah, it lights up like a candle.
and if I keep touching it, it
Because
stays
you
lit, or does it
remember,
get brighter?
It has an aura, and it's a weak aura. So it's now just glowing very...
If I hold on to it, does it get brighter, or does it stay the same?
So you're holding on to it.
Well, I've touched it,
So
and
you've
I'm
got
gonna
to hold on to it to
I'm
find
gonna
out.
I'm gonna touch it, and now I'm gonna keep my finger on it to see if it gets brighter, and if it gets brighter, I'll pull off.
Well, I'll tell you what, you touch it, and it starts glowing like a candle. Mm-hmm. And you take your finger off, and it stops.
Mm-hmm. So I'll touch it again, and this time I'll hold it on there for like 2 seconds to see if it gets. And as soon as it gets to like a light bulb, I'll pull my finger off. Or if it stays at a candle,
Right.
I'll keep holding it.
Okay. The first time a creature picks up the summer star, its core glows with a golden radiance as bright as a candle's flame.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Unless the creature drops the device immediately, the light suddenly blossoms, becoming a 10-foot sphere radius of incinerating golden radiance centered on the device. Each creature must make a DC, I'm not telling you, Constitution saving throw.
I mean, that's
we
fair.
didn't put the amulet
No,
on.
that is a shame, yeah. I mean, it's fair. I did say, so I touched it, it was a brief light, then I did touch it a bit longer, boom! Fire, and we're all
ramped
just
up.
there, man.
Right, what is it? Con saving
Maybe
throw?
after the
Yeah,
first
maybe
touch,
you
I
should
should have
put
got
your
everyone to
neck
leave the room.
Whatever.
So give me some con saves.
Wish I was wearing that
put
amulet.
18 plus 3, so I got 21.
So you succeed.
Also,
you know,
I'm
it's less than
Nice
Nice
looking pretty good to me.
You failed. Which is appropriate for what you were doing.
Mine's,
And
Yeah, so
Glam,
it
Glam
hits
Ray.
me in the face, man.
mine's 19.
Okay.
Nice.
16
So-
plus 3.
Right, so both yourself, right, Glamreus, and Toxeros, you're a bit further away, right? You weren't touching the device when it went off, and you only took half damage.
What is it? What damage is
take
it?
45 points of radiant damage.
So I take 90.
90 points of radiant damage.
So boom, it hits me and I'm out.
Is that double damage to what your health is currently at?
No, I'm at 63.
Congratulations, you do not turn into a pile of dust. Which was one of the
Like
outcomes
the other
of
guy
this.
did.
If you'd maybe fallen through a weak floor and then come back up without healing. Right, so...
That's why you were so excited. I'm like, there's nothing here. Why was he so excited? Because he knew we'd
wants
touch
to
it and he
kill
was
us.
hoping to kill one of us.
Okay, so... Everyone take, well, like I say, 45 points of damage to you, Glamreus. 45 points of damage to you, Toxeros.
Now, it's half
Yeah.
to Toxeros, right? Because he takes half.
No, it's
No, no.
radiant, not fire.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because it's almost like it's Lamfander's light. Yeah, and what you notice is Captain Jax is now looking a lot like that skeleton. He's on the floor, looking pretty much dead. Not quite. No, yeah, he's kind of dead at this point. And the pair of you, you're looking bloodied, and you see the summer star just drop to the floor, and whatever magic was there seems to have dissipated. Captain Jax, on the other hand, right? You picked this thing up. You touched it. And you made the decision to touch it again. And suddenly, you were faced with a blinding white light. And you hear a ringing in your ears. as you open your eyes, you find yourself in the room here with your friends, looking down at your own body.
Can you see the wine person?
As you seem to have been knocked into the ethereal plane. And next to you is a giant, flaming... I'm actually going to find the description of this. One sec. Yeah, why is that in the wrong place? Here we go. You see a giant, floating, spectral head with fire burning in its eyes. Let's get this thing here.
Please tell me there's a photo of this.
There is not a photo.
I'm
of
not
this.
nervous, guys. I'm fine. we haven't just stolen his wine or anything. Well done, Aki. If we'd have just put it back, he'd have been happy. I could have had a little chat with him. Oh my god.
I'm still alive and I have wine.
Right. Now, because of the rules of how this little section works, Captain Jax, for all intents and purposes, you is dead.
Okay.
Right. He's not... Give him a little healing word, he'll come up. Needs revivification. At this
Really?
point.
But I've not hit beyond my hit point.
Just trust me on this.
Okay.
This is how this section works.
Okay.
Okay,
that's-
so there's. I should put these back down then. Because
Right,
these
so
were
do you
healing
want
words.
to end it on that bombshell, or do you want to keep going?
I think we'll end it. Basically, boom, blows up. JJ's dead. And how are we going to do the recap? Someone else going to have to do the recap for the next episode. Or I could do it from the spirit plane. It's all good.
Yes,
We'll have two, innit? Oh my god, my friend Jax is
appeared.
dead. I'll be like, well, I thought I died. And as I look down on my corpse, for the second time in the last year, I look upon my own body. And I now look around. And now, instead of seeing the traveler, I see something else. That's how the next episode is going to start, guys. And that episode is going to be in 2020 motherfucking 4, probably. We might squeeze one in. Let's calendar up. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with JD, but we'll hope he will be able to make the next session. Although it'd be very difficult for him to meet us in the next session, is the problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, so to be fair, yeah, the next one, if it's in the not too distant future.
Just to clarify as well, for the first time like in my life, my Detroit Red Wings were playing in Europe and are playing right now, and I chose to do this instead of watching my team play. I'm just saying. I sacrifices. That's what life's all about.
It is indeed.
Calendar. Why did I open Facebook? I didn't want to open Facebook. I wanted to open my calendar.
Thursday?
Next week is yeah, let's do it. No. So my problem is
You're going to be busy, aren't you?
I got Black Friday coming in 2 weeks. So like the day before, man, I could do the day. Oh, sorry, the Black Friday's next week.
Dude, Black Friday is next week.
So Black Friday's next week. I'm working that weekend. I am theoretically off the weekend after that, and I have to do some stuff with the wife over the weekend, so I can't do the Sunday session. But I can actually do the third. No, I can't. No, I can't do the 30th. I can't do the 30th.
I can't do the 30th anyway. I'm off to LAN that day. So
How about the 7th? I can do.
7th of December.
And not only that, but 2 weeks after that is the 21st, and I'm on holiday, so I can definitely do that as the final one before Christmas. So we can do 7 and 21.
Social Secretary, can I do the 7th of December?
Yes.
There you go.
What about the 21st?
excellent.
Can I do the 21st of December?
Possibly.
I've got a possibly, which is a
We
yes.
will pencil that one. We'll have a definite one for there.
We can obviously decide that on the
Yeah,
7th.
it's just good to try and get these things locked in ahead, especially if something gets cancelled. I'm on holiday, so I can. That would be a good one for me because I'm on holiday, so it'd be good to do that one. Because after that, I'm then working in between, so I can't do the in between. Right, guys. How about that? We've got 2 sessions potentially programmed in. Guess what's coming? The 12 Days of Christmas. More about that tomorrow when I figured out a little bit more. I've already got a bunch of beers for it. And I talked to the boys when they're around. Hopefully you'll be busy and doing stuff, but I'll try and get some stuff locked in around stuff we're going to do. I need to get someone to record me. And I think, Aki, because you've got dulcet tones. But obviously not now.
Not right at the moment.
We've got 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, I need you to record to me something.
Send it to me.
Yes, it'll be easy.
ruin
It's
stress.
going to be on on the first day of Boozmas, my true love gave to me, and then do that for all 12. And then I'm then going to do it. So I will send it to you, and we'll do it. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow anyway on the show as we get ready, because 2 weeks from now, 12 days of Boozmas will begin. It's very exciting. It's not 12 days, 12 hours, because the whole point is it's going to be the 3 shows. The 12 hours of Boozmas is the 3 shows leading up to the Christmas show, which is then the Christmas show. So it's the 3 hours each show, 12 hours of Boozmas, the whole of December, 1 beer each hour. Oh, I'm so excited.
It's going to be messy.
It's going to be messy. Yes, indeed.
Talking of Crimbley, it is...
I'm still coming over, yeah? Christmas Eve for... mince... Well, obviously I'm going everywhere. But just remember, don't forget to leave the mince pies out for me. I'll put my red hat on.
Have I been good enough?
Well, you haven't.
It's a Monday, isn't it? Oh, yeah, so that's fine. So you're doing your Christmas show on the 22nd, are you?
Yes. Correct. Christmas show on the 22nd, and then the 23rd and 24th with the wife, including Christmas Eve, and then I'm going up to see family on the 25th.
Cool.
I'm thinking of maybe doing something, depending on who's around and doing shows. I'm working Boxing Day, believe it or not, but I might do something after, like on Twitch, or do a board game thing. Who knows? Anyway, boring now. Guys, right? Did we get any rolls? Did we have a single crit win or crit fail?
We did. We did. We had
2. We had Nat 20 from
you,
and a Nat 1 from
me.
No.
Oh, was it you again?
Oh, I was gonna say the Nat 20 was me.
Oh,
for
you.
Survival.
There we go.
The survival
That's right.
check.
I remember that one now.
Oh, it was,
And the Toxies was the strength check to save me from falling through the floor.
Which really didn't work, by the way.
It didn't for some reason. Yeah.
We've had some crazy, like the last few shows, we've been like massive on them. Today, 2 rolls, crazy. But we didn't do a lot of rolls. Actually, we did. We investigated every room. We rolled all the time.
We've been playing D&D too long.
The thing is, this is the level where it takes a little bit longer sometimes, but also it's kind of a lot better. You tend to trigger things and you tend to discover things, so I quite like it. But that's why having 3 people, once you start getting to 4 or 5 people and then doing that, it's really difficult. With 3 to 4, it's not too bad. Right, guys.
Bearing in mind, the reason we did this is so that nobody dies.
No, exactly.
That worked well.
Can I do one of the rolls? Let me do one of the rolls before I go. Oh, wait, actually,
go on.
finish, because she's fine. She doesn't say anything. She hasn't thrown anything yet.
D4.
D4. That is a 3.
3 is Rat Bait.
There you go, Rat Mate. On me, mate. Thanks for the beer, Crit. Thanks for the beer at the pie.
And Toxie, D4.
D4.
It's going to be Trace.
That is a 2.
No, that's Josuke Alio.
Oh, Josuke smashing it. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show this evening. We had fun playing. I've had such a hard week. It's been such a rough few weeks. Today was tough. I had a bit of a stomachache. I haven't eaten today. I was just like, ugh. But you know what? I had a great time. I've had a couple of nice stouts, and now I'm gonna liven it up with a lighter beer, because I'm that. You don't need too much dark beer. I'm feeling a bit like full. So yeah. Anyway, enough about my life. Tomorrow, tune in for what will effectively be a many hours.
Loads of people.
Many hours partying.
Well, I was going to say, loads of people in Aki's house while Aki's laying in bed sick. I think is
so basically, a big party at Aki's without Aki, probably. Well, mate, he'll bring the food down. And then at the same time, just sandwiched in the middle of it, JJ, with some guest appearances coming in the chat. But depending on how many people talk with me and what's going on, I might just mix for an hour or so. Well, I had a play with I put 100 tracks into a folder and just started fucking around with it, and it was half amazing and half terrible. So I'm quite excited. I'll obviously play some new music, we'll play some mashups, we'll do the usual shit, I'll talk nonsense, and yeah, it'll be fun. So tune in tomorrow from, 5 o'clock GMT? 4 o'clock
4
GMT.
PM. We're on UK time now, we're on GMT. So 4 PM GMT
Live
will
from
be
Aki's.
the X-Man show. 10 PM is definitely the Madness show, both from Casa del Aki. And then we'll sort out what we're doing with your show in the
The
midterm.
meat I'd like to think it's a sausage sandwich. The sausage,
You are
the sausage
the JJ
in your
sausage.
bread sandwich
in my
will
sandwich.
be JJ, who will be here. He will do a mix and he will chat to the guys, and we'll see where we go from there. Have yourselves a wonderful night. See you tomorrow, and don't forget to like, subscribe, etc., etc., and yeah. And you know, donate now. www. No, we don't do that anymore. Right, have yourselves a good one, guys, and see you later.
Send some bits or whatever it is.